So why am I doing this? It's week 3 out here. We're basically living in a tiny house and a yurt. I wouldn't say it's comfortable. It certainly isn't, at least for the time being, very financially smart for me to be out here. But it needs to be done, and I believe that if I don't do it, somebody else will. But I'd like to do it because it's my passion. And so the reason I'm into renewable energy is because just that, it needs to occur. Whatever your beliefs are, fossil fuels are not the answer, and renewable energy is, because it's sustainable. It can last forever. We can bestow it upon our children, this beautiful planet we live on. So why was Tesla wrong? Well, Tesla went after the battery in his approach to the vehicle, which might be correct, but the lithium battery, if you look it up, it's not so great for the environment. I don't think it's the end-all be-all solution. I think it's a stepping stone. And so I support the electric vehicle. I do not per se support the lithium battery. I think that there needs to be a better technology. Up here at the pilot project, we're experimenting with my onion shell pressure vessel design that I came up with several years ago to basically store heat and or pressure in a vessel that's very safe, and that is a way to do so without the need for a battery, essentially. I do think batteries are important. I think if you take any system that is an engine or a conversion of the raw into the energy that we use, you need a motor of some kind. The engine can be very small, the battery can be very big, or any combination. And so I think playing around with the idea of a very small engine with maybe also a small battery, but a bigger battery in reserve that is something other than the lithium battery would be a good choice. And so exploring that out here, in addition to exploring for you guys creating for you guys a template for the WeCharge project, which would permit for us to teach you the best way to earn income by selling the sun and the wind, which I've got out here with me. If you haven't been keeping up with the pilot project, this is week 3. Be sure to look at week 1 and 2 to see kind of teasers. I don't like talking on the camera. I like doing the research and development, so this is quite painful for me actually to get in front of the camera. But again, it needs to be done because in this day and age, marketing really is king. And so we are doing the marketing thing as well, even though my real passion is to be out here designing new things and new procedures or protocols for people to work with where they can make money. Excuse me 1 second, I gotta grab my daughter. What are you doing? We may or may not cut her out of this, but she wanted to join us, and she is currently pointing at those beautiful aspen trees over there. They just started popping a couple of days ago, and all at once it's yellow and green up here in the Rocky Mountains. So yeah, I think Tesla was right in that the electric vehicle is the way to go. I think that either some function of that will remain forever in the tradition of automobile design, but I think it will evolve towards a more sustainable model because in addition to the lithium not being the great battery chemistry for the environment, there's also the component of the fossil fuels, which are required to generate the electricity that goes into most Teslas currently. I'm sure that long term the plan is to transition into renewable energy, but our plan over at WeCharge is to focus on that and to start with that and to kind of create an oasis in the desert, if you will. In the most remote of areas, if you've got solar panels if you've got wind turbines, if you've got access to fresh water via well or otherwise, you can turn the oasis, you can turn the desert into an oasis. So, yeah, I'm gonna go put her down real quick, and I'll be right back. Honey, can you please wait right here? Oh, you wanted more milk, okay. Anyway, sorry about that. We've been really slow week 3. The solar panels, we've got 26 of them. They are refurbished. We got them for, I think, 24 cents a watt over at sunnylec.com. I highly recommend them, or you can purchase them from wecharge.com, but it's cheaper if you buy them direct from Sunnylec. Just let them know you sent us. Let them know we sent you, excuse me. And yeah, week 3 has been slow. So far we've got 6 solar panels and 1 turbine online. We've got 1 more turbine, and I'll probably, of those 26, I'll probably put up a total of 15 solar panels. Those are the limitations with our current setup with the Missouri Wind and Solar charge controller, relay setup that we've got, and I'll detail that probably in a couple of weeks. Once it looks a little more professional. Right now I'm just moving wires around, experimenting and all that stuff, trying to squeeze out a little bit extra out of every watt that we get up here in the high mountain country. It's gonna get cold soon, so my primary concern is honestly getting ready for winter. We had a steel building coming. We're gonna have a greenhouse attached to it. And that did not arrive on time. So while we're waiting for that, I made the executive decision, instead of starting on that in August, we're going to wait until, well, we'll probably start over the winter, but our primary focus is winterizing. So we've got the tiny house. It's very well insulated, which I think is important for, maximizing your efficiency. We are boiling water at this point. We are distilling water at this point, which ties into some other future plans I've got for WeCharge. And eventually we're going to be able to charge an electric vehicle. But for the time being, 6 solar panels and a turbine, paired where the solar panels are in the shade half the day. It's really more of a setup for being able to boil water and meet our basic needs while we shuffle around all our stuff and try to build our dream up here, as well as the dream for WeCharge, which is to be able to charge electric vehicles anywhere in the world that you've got water, sun, and or wind, and can harvest it. All refurbished components where possible, because I think that tying into that also into the material side of things, you don't want any waste going into the everything else, all your other output, or you're just going to be lost. So we try to find ways to be completely sustainable and not just pretend. Like, I think that word green gets tossed around so much. Not just pretend, real access to raw energy. So yeah, real slow this week, week 3. We do have satellite internet. That's pretty exciting for us, not so cool for you to hear about. And I guess it's news for you that we can now distill our water. But we will let you know here soon how winterizing goes and how we can start to actually tie this into the actual purpose of the project in terms of the electric vehicle. I'll see you next week. Might skip a week or 2 here and there. I simply do not like doing these videos. I've just been told by so many people I need to. But I do like reaching out to you guys, letting you know that I exist, all that stuff, and conveying the message, which is truth. Just looking for ways to pass that around. See you next time.